Hi everyone, N.A.T here, and today we will evaluate my own tracks. I will show you my own tracks and the ones I uploaded up until now, and what I think about them. And you will, if you want, you can go and listen to them and tell me what you think as well. I'm talking about the tracks I released on streaming platforms. As you can see, I'm here on Apple Music as well as Spotify. As you can see, these are my tracks. Here's my remix I did a while ago, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And yeah, by the way, this track is not mine. Okay, so I will get this fixed and I will get this removed because this track is didn't know why it ended up on my profile. But let's just go ahead. And if you don't have streaming services, if you're not subscribed to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, you can go on YouTube, as you can see. And my songs are also, all of them, they are all here, okay, for you to listen. So let's go back on Apple Music and start from the first song I released, which was Fusion, which I did with N.A.T. Let's take a listen. Just going to quickly go through it, and if you want to listen to the whole thing, you can just go and listen for yourself on the streaming services. I like the cover we did for this one. Not gonna lie, it's a very simple track. The snare has some frequencies that needed to be cut on the high frequencies, a little like piercing, but overall it's a cool track, yeah. I like the switch here. Contrast between that high little sound beep 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 and the fat bass underneath. And I also really like the transition we did here. Alright, so you can go ahead and listen to this track and tell me what you think. And this was the first track. Then the second one we released, I think, is this one, Green, which is also a collaboration with N.A.T. I also created a short edit of this track. I think this track has a cool chord progression, some cool sounds. It's kind of simple as well. I like it, but maybe it's more of like a emotional, like emotionally I like it because I made it maybe. Even though usually, not really have been super fan of the things I made. But I don't know, you tell me. I'm curious to know what you think about this. Let's just scroll through it very quickly. I like the cover a lot, by the way. It looks like one of these 3D things that if you like squeeze your eyes, you can see it popping out of the screen and creating kind of a 3D space. It's really cool. This image is it's a screenshot basically from an FL Studio visualizer, I guess. A lot of Silent One sounds here. right, so I like the chord progression. This is the drop a little bit. A lot of people said they like the second drop a lot. And I also got compliments for the mix and master, which is nice, even though probably could have done better, but not necessarily because of the mix and master, but because of the sounds in the song. Maybe a song is a little empty in terms of sounds. And I also like the second breakdown a lot. And I took inspiration really from the track Silhouette's Feed Me remix for these breakbeats stuff I added. All right, so that was Green. I don't know why we called it Green, but if I remember correctly, it was because it kind of sounded like green for some reason, and I thought it was cool to call it Green, but not have any green in the cover, but rather a different color. Next, we have Ambition. Ambition was a track I actually did in 2016, and then kind of remixed and mastered, even though, again, could have done a better job. But whatever, it's a trance track. I like the progression of it, but maybe in some parts it sounds a little like undelivering, so to speak. But some sounds I really like, and the cover, it's so cool actually. If we take a look at this cover. A friend of mine did this cover, a guy who's really good with graphics, and if you notice, this is actually inspired by, let me show you, this game cover. I don't know if you can see it properly, but this is Wipeout Pure. Let me turn on autofocus. So Wipeout Pure, released in 2004 or 2005, if I'm not mistaken, for the PSP. Very influential game for me in terms of the soundtrack, like Onyx by Cold Storage and Gold Rush by Tiesto. Freaking cool tracks, just amazing. And as you can see, this is literally where the cover of this song was inspired from. It was inspired also from the game in general, Wipeout. And I also made a video on YouTube with this track, which is actually straight up a Wipeout tribute video. I suggest you go check it out because it's cool. Anyways, just a quick listen. The bass is massive, the super soft is massive, and the higher sounds are silent one, and I think they sound really cool. Also the sound dun, 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 dun. All right, so I suggest you go listen to it. It's kind of cool. Maybe today I would have done a better job with this track, but whatever. Then we have At Ease With You. This is a track that has a cool title. It's inspired from something that happened in my life. Getting a little emotional now. But I like the sounds in the song and the chord progression and the feel. It's really good, cool in my opinion. Just the way I arranged it, maybe could have done a better job. But let me know what you think about it. And the cover, I am not sure if it's like excruciatingly bad for the eyes, or if it's cool in some way. I'm not sure. You tell me. All right, I like this song, but the arrangement not so much. In the middle part, it's a little like unsatisfying to me. Then we have Tomorrow, which was inspired from the song, the very famous soundtrack, single track from Interstellar, which started with just one note. That's why I made the song like that. It was literally the song. The whole song came out of a jam I did with the piano while recording, and yeah, it's a piano soundtrack thing. You can go listen to it. I'm not super fond of it, honestly, because I feel like the intention didn't match up with the results. I warn you, it's a little sad also. And this drawing is actually a drawing I did. The Munch scream, it's a piece of that drawing I remade myself. All right, you can go listen to it and tell me what you think. Then I think we move on to my favorite song of the bunch, which is Focus. This is a serious track, in my opinion. Um, I'm not sure still, like, some people might think that it's still lacking something, and yeah, maybe. But I did a really creative job with the sounds, with the drums. Drums are not in this song. After this song, I started making my own drums, all of them, and all my and every other sound. But here the drums are Vengeance drums. But yeah. Focus. Okay, I think this track is really cool, honestly. You can go listen to it. Um, I went a couple years ago to a Lamborghini museum, and after that, I uploaded a couple photos from the museum with this song underneath, and I thought that it matched the kind of supercar adrenalinic feel very, very, very well. Like it's could be a cool soundtrack for something related to engines, Focus. Then we have this kind of a weird track, honestly. Won't spend too much time on it. Yeah, and honestly, the beat was inspired from a Trent Reznor remix. It's called Growing Up Trent Reznor remix. Go listen to it because it's really cool. This song was kind of inspired by that, but then the execution wasn't maybe at the same level. Most definitely. This is a more recent track. The mix and master isn't really as good as Focus or the tracks I'm doing right now. It's also the first track where I really made not only the synths but also the drums and the effects all by myself. I like it honestly, but some people said it's too short, and maybe I agree to that. And maybe something's lacking. But yeah, let's listen to it. And it's called Blackout because I almost lost the whole project because of a blackout, which is the reason why I installed my battery here, my UPS, to save my computer from blackout. I really like though this percussion that goes doo 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 doo, really prominent. I think it was inspired from the Tokyo Drift um, song, the soundtrack with Asian women singing in it. That was kind of like hip hop, I guess. There's a similar sound in it. I really like this pad underneath it. And I also made a short here on YouTube about this track, which I'm not sure if it's cringe or not. You can go and tell me for yourself. I just wanted to make a short about this track, but not sure it did a good job. I like these high sounds, kind of remind me of the old Tectonic days. I like the transition here as well, where I'm using kind of the effects on the drums to expand the space, make you kind of disoriented for a minute. Not on the drums, sorry, on the drums, but on the bass, I meant. And I also like the synth sound. Bow, bow. Alright, a really cool electro track. Maybe should have had a better mix and master, more upfront, more, I don't know, full. And also the track maybe could have been longer. But yes, this is it. This is the collection of songs I have right now released on my, like actually released. And I remind you again, this one is not mine. I need to get it removed somehow. But yes, tell me what you think about these songs, and tell me your opinion. Leave some comment if you want, and thank you for watching. See you next time.